Rachel discovered the hospital killings were just the beginning of a conspiracy worth hundreds of millions. Rachel spent the day researching St. Catherine's ownership. What she found made her blood run cold. The hospital belonged to MedCore Holdings, a private equity firm specializing in healthcare optimization. They owned 17 hospitals across 8 states. Rachel found buried news articles about unusual mortality spikes at 4 other MedCore facilities. Each investigation had been inconclusive due to insufficient evidence. She wasn't fighting a local conspiracy. This was a multi-state killing operation worth hundreds of millions. At 6 p.m., Rachel made the most dangerous decision of her life. She called the FBI. "I need to report systematic murder at hospitals," she told Agent Lisa Warren. They met at Riverside Coffee Shop. Agent Warren reviewed Rachel's evidence with growing concern. "This is compelling, but we need more. Direct communications, recordings of them discussing the murders. I can wear a recording device. It's extremely dangerous. If they suspect you're working with law enforcement, more people will die if I don't try." The next night, Rachel returned to work wearing FBI surveillance equipment. Agent Warren waited in a van outside the hospital. At 1 a.m., Rachel's computer terminal chimed. "Report to Dr. Hayes' office immediately." Her heart hammering, Rachel walked to the administrative wing. Dr. Hayes' office was dark except for a single lamp, but Robert Kane waited for her, along with 2 men she'd never seen. "Ms. Thompson, I hoped you'd made the right choice by now." "I don't understand," Rachel said, fighting to keep her voice steady. Kane stood and walked around the desk. "We know you contacted federal agents yesterday. We know about Riverside Coffee Shop. We know about the recording device you're wearing right now." Rachel's world collapsed. How could they know about the FBI? "When you're running a $50 million annual operation, you take precautions. We monitor FBI communications. We have law enforcement contacts who keep us informed." One of the other men stepped forward. "Agent Warren is currently being arrested for evidence tampering. She's been taking bribes from organized crime for years." Rachel realized the FBI agent she'd trusted was working for the killers. "But we're reasonable people," Kane continued. "You've seen our reach. Fighting us is pointless." He placed a contract on the desk. "Sign this. Admit you were mistaken due to work stress. Take early retirement with a generous package." Rachel stared at the document, then at the 3 men surrounding her. She thought about Jessica Miller, about the 17 murdered patients, about how many more would die. "What if I refuse?" Kane's smile turned predatory. "Then you become patient Thurier 18. Workplace stress leading to suicide. So tragic when healthcare workers can't handle the pressure." Rachel's hands shook as she picked up the pen, but instead of signing, she looked directly at Kane. "How many hospitals are you doing this at?" Kane laughed. "Curious to the end? 17 hospitals, 8 states. We've perfected the system. High-value patients, minimal family involvement, maximum payouts." "How many people have you murdered?" "Over 400 so far. All terminal cases anyway. We just accelerated their timeline for mutual benefit." Rachel's recording device captured every word, but she realized these men had no intention of letting her leave alive. "You know too much to live, Rachel. Tomorrow, you'll be found in your apartment. Another healthcare suicide statistic." Just then, Rachel remembered something. A desperate plan that could either save hundreds of lives or end hers. She had one advantage they didn't know about. 7 years of working every emergency system in this hospital. Rachel has the confession needed to bring down a massive killing network, but she's trapped with murderers who plan to make her the next victim. With a corrupt FBI agent and nowhere to run, her survival depends on a desperate plan using the hospital's own emergency systems. Part 4. The next 10 minutes will determine whether hundreds of patients live or die.